I'm going to start looking at film photography and how we can randomize it. One of the things you can do is a lot of things going on now with lomography, which is basically taking a very old camera or a plastic camera, using film in it, and then developing the film in strange and odd ways and seeing what results you get. And some of the results are absolutely fantastic. So as an example, this is a very old Nikon. I am a Nikon photographer, or was a Nikon film photographer, and I have many Nikon cameras. This is from 1967. I was only a teenager at the time. It's Nikkormat FTN, and sorry, FT2, my apologies. And you have your aperture here, you have your shutter speed on the side, and it's a smashing little camera. It weighs the same as a small car. It's very, very heavy. It's unusual, it's different. I shall go through how to use it. I'm sure you can pick them up on eBay quite cheaply now, although now that lomography is becoming popular, the cheap old film cameras are starting to get expensive again, so get in quick if you want to find something like this before they get too expensive on eBay. So, this supposedly is supposed to have a battery in it with a light meter, but actually the batteries are now illegal because they have mercury in them, so you can't use them anymore, so you can't get batteries for it. So when I go out to use this, I should be using it completely manually. It's obviously got manual focus because it's 1967, but there'll be no light meter, so I'll be using my iPhone as a light meter because you can get an app for that. So that's what I'll be doing with that. Okay, today's the first day. We're off to meet my lovely assistant Amanda, who's going to be my model for the day and also help me with carrying my gear and playing around with the pictures. We're going to have lots of fun with that, so that's where we're off to now. Okay, so today we're going to be using the Nikon, a very old film camera, with some Ilford Delta 400. So first things first, we're going to get the camera loaded with film, black and white. It's cold, my hands are cold. Here we go. One is my hands are cold. Okay, and oh,
it's professional here.
I know, it's all the outtakes. It's because my hands are cold, honest.
Like a woman.
There we go. There we are. Okay. And there we are, ready to roll. So, one of the problems we've got today is that this camera doesn't have a light meter. The light meter in it can't be used anymore because it's so old you can't get batteries for it anymore. So I'm going to have to use the light meter that's in my iPhone. So, oh, it's a wonderful little app. There we are. So I've got 400 ISO film. I'm going to set my aperture to f8, and it's telling me that I'm going to be somewhere between. So I've got f8 somewhere between. Let's go back to f8. Yeah, 400, 650, somewhere around there. So the film should cope okay. We'll find out, won't we? Well, as you can see, something's gone horribly wrong with the state of these prints. So let's work out what's happened. First of all, I loaded the film into the camera. That was successful. The camera seems to have taken the pictures okay because we have an image, the film's not blank, so that works. I don't think we had a light leak. It's difficult to tell with the amount of fog in the pictures, but I don't think we did. And Amanda's in focus, you can see her quite clearly. So that's not the problem. So the problem must have been in the development. I used the stand method, where you put the developer in for half an hour, agitate for 10 seconds, and then leave it to stand for another half hour without doing anything else, all at room temperature, which I believe works because you can see an image. Then I put in the stop to stop it developing, but it was pretty exhausted by then anyway. And then I put in the fixer, and I can tell you now that's what the problem was. That's fixer fog, because I had the water too cold and I didn't use the fixer for long enough. And that's the end result. So that's my failure. So next time I shall know better. I shall use the fixer for longer, and I shall use more room temperature water rather than cold.